This is a dangerous trend that's starting to grow. Now, guys, I spoke about this in the Wednesday midweek report, and that was today. So, of course, it seems like almost every day, or probably about 2-3 times a week, there's an article of some jerk-off that left their kid in the car. And in a lot of the cases, the kid didn't make it. I'm starting to wonder if this is a trend or a way for people to get rid of their kids. Because you can easily say, oh, I forgot. Now, one of the incidents that happened earlier this month, I think the lady left the kid in the car, went shopping or something like that. So obviously that was a flagrant thing to do where people look at it and go, this lady's shopping while the kids are roasting in the car. But there have been other cases where people have forgotten their kids and got off in court. Charges might have been thrown at them, and then it might have been tossed out in the court because it was an accident, according to the parents. Now, again, since I was little, this has always been a thing. Everybody have seen this pretty much your entire life. People leaving kids in the car, but on purpose. And in the summer months or in hot-ass states, you try to figure out, why does this keep happening? Why do people keep leaving their kids in the car? But in those cases, those people back in the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, even the early 2000s, you were just like, all right, those are selfish pricks that went to go where they went and cracked the window or didn't crack it at all, thinking that their kids were going to be okay in a 110-degree car. Fine. But now you got people saying to police officers, I forgot my kid was there. Now, there was a big case here in New York a few years back where this guy left his twins in the car. First of all, forgetting one baby, I don't know how you do it. And to me, there's no excuse. But twins? Kids are always constantly making noise. If they fall asleep and they get in the car, they might wake up. If they get in the car and they wake and they drive, the drive might put them to sleep. Nonetheless, those are two human beings that you carried into the car, put them in the car seat, went through the steps of putting them in the car seat, checked to see if they were okay, then got in the front seat and drove off. You get to your destination, you get out of the car, you go upstairs, you go to work. 3-4 hours later, you go, shit, my kids. Run downstairs, both of them are dead. And that's what the Spanish guy, the guy here in New York, did. I think he worked for the VA hospital. He wasn't a vet, but he worked for the VA hospital. And he went with the whole, I forgot. And he was crying on TV. I think his wife forgave him. I think they charged him a homicide or negligence or something like that. And he got off. And I'm like, how the hell did he get off on that? I mean, so that, and then that guy, I do think it was a mistake. I honestly believe him. But there should have still been repercussions. He should have still went to jail or something. Right? So anyway, now you got more parents talking about, I forgot. How do you forget a human being in the car? Like, I have 5 kids. There was never a point in time where I forgot my kids were in the car. Never. I never got out of the car, went on about my business, and go, oh shit, my kids, and then went back to the car. Never happened. So now people are blaming stress, daily life. They're thinking about other things, distraction, and this is the reasons for them leaving their kids in the car. That's a bullshit reason. It's called being responsible, which nobody wants to say. And granted, guys, it could be a real thing for some of these people, but I'm not buying it. And even if they did forget, you know what? I'm going to forget to let you out. If I was a judge, I'm going to forget to let you out of jail. You're going to stay there until I remember. And that's what it would be an open-ended sentence. And then maybe 25, 30, 45 years on my deathbed, I'd be like, Salvador Manuel, I forgot about him. And then die. Fuck that dude. You know, and then let him stay in there. There is no excuse for leaving your kids in the car. Zero. I don't want to hear about stressors. I don't want to hear about distractions. I don't want to hear about you got in an argument with your boyfriend or your mother or your husband. I don't want to hear any of that shit. There is no excuse for leaving a kid in the car, especially during summer months. And it's always in the summer months, too, which is really, really odd to me Like, there were a couple of cases of people leaving their kids in the car and the kid froze to death. I think that was like earlier this year or last year. Some parent did that. If I can find the article, I'll put it up. But I remember somebody leaving the kid in the car and the kid dying of hypothermia. I think that was the one time I ever heard of a kid being forgotten in a car in the wintertime. Meanwhile, they always happen in the summer for every other thing that I'm looking at and reading. And in the last 3-4 weeks, there have been like 5 or 6 kids that were left in a car by accident. I'm sorry, I think a lot of these parents are looking to get rid of their kids. And so by doing that, they're forgetting them, going about their daily life and going, oh my God, my kid, it's 6 hours. I hope they're dead. And then going back to the car to see if they're still alive. There was a guy that just got bagged yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. He got in trouble for leaving his kid, not in trouble, actually, he's in jail now. They charged him. I think it was negligence or homicide or something like that they charged him with. But apparently, he had a track record for forgetting about his kid and leaving him in the car. And this time, the kid didn't make it. And the wife was texting, the last text to him was, how many times do I have to tell you never to leave the kid in the car or stop forgetting about him, something like that. Now the kid's dead. So again, it's a dangerous trend, and I think this is a trend for parents who realize that parenthood is hard, and they're going, I'm gonna have to forget about this kid in a hot-ass car. All right, and then they take the kid on a trip, and then the kid doesn't, make it out of that trip because he forgot about the kid. But in fact, the guy who left his kid in the car and the wife was breaking his balls, that dude that 2 days ago or 3 days ago, whatever it was, he was more focused on playing video games. That's why he forgot about the kid in the car, because he wanted to play video games. I'm not buying any of the excuses. It's your kid. It's your child. The thing that makes you move, that makes you want to kill somebody else, your kid, your child, and you leave him in the car. I'm not buying any of the excuses that these parents are now saying. Is why I think it's a dangerous trend that needs to stop, because I think if you start putting these people in jail for life, you'll see less of this. Not that it'll stop completely, but you'll definitely see less people leaving their kids in the car by accident. Anyway, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Truth channel.